Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on a Florida man that pulled up to his Opp'S house, knocked on the door, and ended up killing his mother. On November 9th, 2020, detectives responded to a burglary and attempted murder call in Polk City within the notorious Polk County, Florida. A county known as the meth capital, where the people look like squidbillies in real life, and a woman named Crystal Metheny was arrested for firing a missile into a vehicle. Arriving at the residence, detectives made contact with Hunter Penton, who said he was inside of his home when he heard knocking on the front door. But Hunter's family didn't use the front door, so he went to the side to see who was knocking. He saw his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, Elijah Stansell, with two other people in his front yard. One of them he knew as his classmate named Hannah, but the other male he didn't know. Hunter walked out and Elijah immediately approached him under the carport, throwing hands. Hunter quickly found out fighting wasn't his strong suit and tried to run back in the house as Elijah, the front yard savage, continued swinging his way into the home along with Hannah Montana and the other mysterious hillbilly. Hannah was recording the fight on her phone. The other male, identified as Raven Sutton, jumped in and proceeded to give Hunter a country beatdown when Hunter's mom, Suzette Penton, arrived in her vehicle with her youngest son. The three suspects then fled on foot. During an interview with Suzette's youngest son, he said when they arrived, his mom followed them as they ran to a nearby van across the street from her residence. She got out, standing in the street in front of the van as they got in. While she took pictures with her cell phone, most likely of the license plates and trying to get a picture of the people in the vehicle, the van accelerated quickly. And even though there was enough room for the driver to maneuver around her, he intentionally ran her over in front of her two sons before driving off. Three neighboring witnesses all gave statements saying the driver did nothing to avoid running her over and it was 100% intentional. Not only that, but the suspects can be seen on camera as the home had multiple cameras inside and out, showing the suspects approaching the front door, attacking Hunter in the carport, then the continued attack within the home, and unfortunately, when Hunter's mom was run over. A detective responded to Berkeley Road and Denton Road where the van had been pulled over by deputies. 4 occupants were inside of the vehicle: Elijah, Raven, Hannah, and the victim's ex-girlfriend, Kimberly. They admitted to going to the home to confront Hunter, saying a fight occurred and somehow they ended up inside of the residence. They also admit to fleeing, knowing they'd driven over Hunter's mom. She was transported to the Lakeland Regional Hospital, sustaining a traumatic brain injury involving skull fractures, severe brain bleeding, a broken leg, a ligament injury to her left knee, and aspirating fluid in her lungs. She remained unresponsive and intubated, listed in severe critical condition. It was determined Hunter and Kimberly had recently broken up. After the fact, they continued to engage in verbal disputes through social media, where Kimberly sent threats saying she'd have her new boyfriend handle it. The 4 suspects got together, Kimberly provided the address, and she stayed in the van as they handled it. All suspects were charged with attempted murder and burglary with battery. Additionally, Elijah was charged with 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, as he was the only one that was 18 years old. 16 days later, Hunter's mom passed away from her injuries in the hospital. Elijah's attempted murder charge was then upgraded to a first-degree murder, as he was the driver of the vehicle. Not only that, Elijah was charged with the lewd and lascivious battery on a victim aged 12 to 16, as his new girlfriend was only 15 years old. Kimberly told detectives they'd had a sexual relationship for over 3 months, engaging in all types of things on numerous occasions, saying everything was consensual. He also admitted to it, saying he'd known her since he was 10 years old and she was 7. He'd wore a condom every time and he was aware she was only 15. As of right now, Elijah could face a possible death sentence for his first-degree murder charge, which I'm sure will be bumped down to a second degree, and his 3 amigos, who were all juveniles, are held in a juvenile facility. I assume they'll be adjudicated as adults in which they'll be transferred to the county jail and face life for the attempted murder and life for the burglary with a battery. Now, this case is a pure example of immaturity and something so simple turning into something so severe. They pulled up to fight. I don't know why the ex and the boyfriend was still talking, but if they're kids, they're kids. You know what I mean? I don't know what an 18-year-old is doing with the 15-year-old. And not only that, something in my mind is telling me that this 18-year-old was most likely trying to act hard. Like, oh, what's up, babe? I'll handle that. You know what I mean? And the girlfriend, obviously, oh, my boyfriend's tough. He's 18 years old. We're not even supposed to be fucking. He's gonna come beat you up. And, you know, they pulled up to the house. When you commit a battery during a burglary, especially if you're inside of a home uninvited, there's a fine line between a home invasion and a burglary with a battery. But either one is a PBL charge. PBL in Florida means punishable by life offense. You're facing a life sentence first quarter just for that. Just for being in someone's house uninvited and hitting them. But on top of that, y'all killed this kid's mother. That right there alone, I don't understand what would possess the 18-year-old to run over the mother. While the other three obviously were not the drivers, they participated in everything that happened. They fled the area knowing what had just happened. All of that is going to be used against them. As far as the 18-year-old goes, he's gone. He's not beating this. I don't see him beating this whatsoever. He's most likely either going to get life or he's going to get some long-ass sentence. If he's smart, he'll plea out to whatever he can get. Best bet, like 15 years, but I think he's going to get more than 15 years. White privilege doesn't necessarily work in Polk County, Florida, because the white people are the number one ones getting into shit. Like I said, this has been known as the meth capital. It's wild in Polk County, and their sheriff over there, he plays no games. They have solved every single murder in Polk County for a certain amount of time. I forget how long it was, but that sheriff over there, he brought in some murder investigators. They're solving everything. Nothing is going unsolved. And as far as the juveniles go, if they get adjudicated, they're not going to get spared. Attempted murder charges, they're fucked. I'm surprised that their charges weren't bumped up to murder since, you know, obviously a murder took place. They took part. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. The best thing they can try to do is stay inside a juvenile, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. I'm 99% sure they're going to get adjudicated. They're all going to get sent to prison. And her two kids are left behind. And it's very sad to hear that, knowing that all of this was caused by something so stupid, so immature, so juvenile. 2 children are left without their mother, and 4 other jackasses are going to prison. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with Charlie. Y'all rocking with me. Until next time.